everyone here, there's a beautiful hadith of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I'm going to pray after this as well. I'll let you take a couple of questions and I'll come back, yeah?
Sure.
But where it says, جَاهِدُ الْمُشْرِكِينَ بِأَنفُسِكُمْ وَأَمْوَالِكُمْ وَأَلْسِنَتِكُمْ. That do jihad, struggle in the way of Allah with yourselves and your wealth and your tongues. Now, if you really think about it, how can you do jihad with yourself? How can you do jihad with your tongues? Well, the Quran gives us indication, وَجَاهِدُهُمْ بِهِ وَلَا تُطِعِ الْكَافِرِينَ وَجَاهِدُهُمْ بِهِ جِهَادًا كَبِيرًا. Don't obey the disbelievers and do jihad or do struggle with them, with it, i.e. the Quran, against them, a big jihad. So now the Quranic narrative, our aim is to bring forward the Quranic narrative, the arguments of the Quran, the arguments of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to the wider community, so we can fulfill what the prophets came to fulfill, really. All of the prophets. مَا لَكُم مِّن إِلَهٍ غَيْرُهُ. Like, what Lord do you have to worship except for Him? That's what we're here for. And everybody listening to this stream right now needs to be not just a passive recipient, end user to this, what I'm saying, but we all need to start taking active roles. We're living in an age where there's actually no excuse. We can make so much change. We can have so much change on society by simply commenting on. I didn't realize that these people, wallahi al-azim, with all due respect, like, they care about the comments. They respond to tweets. You can have someone who's relatively got no followers.
Yeah.
And we're not going to mention names, but their comments and stuff comments and tweets and stuff, every single one counts.
Yeah.
Every little helps, in this cause. Every like, every share, every tweet, every comment that shows support and goes against the a'da of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yeah, is the enemies of Allah. This is what we need, and so it's only a matter of time. And if we can't do this alone, and it's never been Mohammed Hijab and Subboor Ahmed and Amran Hussein and Hamza Sources and Ali Dawah and Zishan from Smile to Jannah and Hashim from Squeeze and Mansour and so on. It's never been these people doing anything. It's never been us doing it individually or even as a group. It's always been because of you guys at the background here, watching at home and helping from virtually from wherever you are, from whatever countries you are. It has to be like that. So make sure wherever we are, that you are there as well. Wherever on Twitter, on YouTube, on Facebook, you guys, you have to consider yourself junud, soldiers, actually. Consider yourself soldiers. Why not? Consider yourself, no longer are you
you're in a state of rebut.
Because people nowadays, they watch Netflix and they watch films and they watch the protagonist beat the antagonist and the hero and the anti-hero and the themes and all that. What we're offering to you and what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the messenger is not just a film to watch, but is a role to play. You can be part of this movie. You are the character. You can be the main character.
In a story that started 1400 years ago.
In a story that started 400 years ago, but we have to be all part of it together. And we need to put the disagreements to the side. And we need to, all these things, and we all have to do it together, because I think we are on the brink of snapping open and cracking open and elevating and turning a new turn that will actually put the Dawah mainstream. I believe we could do that in 5-10 years.
Yeah.
The Dawah, which it has to be mainstream for it to be understood by the mainstream population, so we can spread مَا لَكُم مِّن إِلَهٍ غَيْرُهُ to the people, because there's too much people now for there to be one or two people in a town spreading it. We need full-on participation. All of you can't be just watching YouTube videos and seeing people. You all need to do da'wah by spreading it. And the Prophet ﷺ, he said بَلِّغُوا عَنِّي وَلَوْ آيَةً. بَلِّغُوا, which means to spread about me if it's one ayah. Now it's so easy. You have to press one button. How long does it take you to like a video? How long does it take you to make a tweet? Be honest about it. It might take you 10 seconds, 15. We're asking for 10, 15 seconds of your life.
And absolutely. And I wanted to add something. Yeah. If I was to say to you, this is the way, the truth, what would you say?
Absolutely.
And the life, right?
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. So these terms,
yeah.
these Christianized terms, everybody knows.
Yeah.
For God so loved the world. Do you say? Okay.
Yeah.
Jesus died so that you could be
saved.
Why is it that the average person understands the basic tenets of these missionaries? Because they've repeated it, they've hammered it in. So the most hardcore atheist and the most isolated Muslim who's living away from these discourses, they would know, okay, that's them. They've popularized it to a level. Have we popularized La ilaha illallah? No. So they've popularized jihadism or hijab, or they've popularized what they want to. So we need to create a situation where, rather than say for example Richard Dawkins, rather than him basically saying the Muslims, him basically saying the word Tawheed, him actually saying the word Tawheed, or another opponent of Islam actually saying, well, Muslims have wala wal bara. Like, they need to start understanding our terminologies. We're not a small fish. We're almost 25% of the world's population. So why is it that our main tenets aren't there in the part of the discourses, right? People need to understand that Islam is a force that's here to stay, and you need to engage with it. It's not enough to simply say, okay, we're going to ignore these Muslims and we're going to talk to these liberal Muslims, who, by the way, when they push out these liberal Muslims on TV, or these popularizers do, who bloody listens to them? They represent nobody. They absolutely represent nobody. So what we need to do is we need to be able to articulate our worldview in a way that the traditionalist Islamic perspective is taken as normative Islam, as opposed to this situation where right now anything normative they're trying to say, oh, that's extreme, or that's extreme. Like, we need to actually own that discourse. And we get all this thing about, oh, we don't control Sky News, we don't control BBC, we don't control Fox News. Nobody even watches those things anymore. Social media is far greater than any of these platforms, and there is no or little to none restrictions. What restrictions do we have? So when people complain about the media, that worked 20 years ago. Today, do you think that's even a valid excuse when people say, oh, we don't have the media with us? When, like you said, we control everything.
You complain about the media, but when you have a chance to change it, you don't put your money where your mouth is. Now, I'm speaking to the people right now because I personally think, based on the events that have happened the last few months, and the events that will, believe me, think happen in the next 6 months as well, with the Dawah, that we have to work as a group, as a family. We have to have a collective sense of mission. We can't think of it as, oh, let them do it. Diffusion of responsibility, the free rider problem, or whatever it is. Yeah, it can't be that.
I like that.
Yeah, we need you as much as you need us, as much as we need each other. Yeah, and this is al-Muslim kal bunyan, and that's what it is. The Muslim to the Muslim is one building. Yashuddu ba'dahu ba'da.
So just before that, like, for example, this new brother came, Detective O'Will. Then you get Halal Homa. You get Mukeeth Khan. You get these. There's so many of them. Muhammad Hijab. These are the people that we know. We know who they are. We know that these people.
Yeah, because these are the hardcores. These are the loyalists. These are the front line soldiers. Now you can decide to be a frontline soldier or not, because there's all different kind. We're all family here. But the front. I know that not everyone's. I'm not trying to make this video 100,000 views. But it's not, if I make this video 100,000 views, it's not going to be as effective as if I'm speaking to the people that I know every week we're speaking to. Because these are the guys that...
This is your tribe.
This is the tribe, right? Because we have to understand something.
Imam Mura,
Yeah, we are the ones that are going to make the difference. It has to be us. We are the vanguard. We are the vanguard, and then after that we have whoever it is after it. لا يستوي منكم من أنفق من قبل الفتح وقاتل أولئك أعظم درجة من الذين أنفقوا من بعد وقاتلوا وكلا وعد الله الحسنى. So Allah, He says in the Quran, He says, لا يستوي منكم, non-equivalent to are you who gave money before the conquest and fought before the conquest of Mecca. أُولَٰئِكَ أَعْظَمُ الدَّرَجَةِ. They are higher in rank than the ones that fought after and conquered. So this is your chance to be on the front line. Like I said, what's the call to action? Simply comments, tweets, likes, shares. The enemies of Islam are known. The ones who are attacking Islam, do it with precision. Every tweet, every comment you make, every dislike, every like, everything you do that is in the direction of da'wah, inshallah, every single one of it will be like a serious sadaqah, and it will be a serious jihad. It's struggling. This is the jihad of today. We're struggling with the pen. We're struggling with the tongue. We're struggling with our words. We're struggling with our argument. وَتِلْكَ حُجَّتُنَا آتَيْنَاهَا إِبْرَاهِيمَ عَلَى قَوْمِهِ نَرْفَعُ دَرَجَاتٍ مَنْ نَشَاءُ. Allah says that in the Quran. After, subhanallah, after Abraham, وَحَاجَّهُ قَوْمُهُ, when his qawm, his people, argued with him, قَالَ أَتُحَاجُّونِي فِي اللَّهِ وَقَدْ هَدَانِ. Do you argue with me with Allah and He's the one who guided me? And then after continues, تِلْكَ حُجَّتُنَا آتَيْنَاهَا إِبْرَاهِيمَ عَلَى قَوْمِهِ, that we are the ones who gave the arguments to Abraham against his people. نَرْفَعُ دَرَجَاتٍ مَنْ نَشَاءُ. We raise and rank whoever we want. We've got the arguments from the Quran. وَجَاهِدْهُمْ بِهِ جِهَادًا كَبِيرًا. We have the wasail. We have the instruments. What is really stopping you? Why you are not are you the kind of person that, had you been at the time where there was actual defensive physical stuff to get involved in, would you have got involved in it? When the truth of the matter is that you can't even share and like and subscribe. Yeah, we have to ask ourselves the question. Oh, you can make 1,001 excuses. Oh, but this brother, he makes this mistake and that brother makes that mistake. Who's not going to make mistakes that are going to make dawah? Who's not going to make mistakes? Are you going to wait another 5 to 10 years for someone to accrue the same level of notoriety as whoever's in the dawah has accrued in order for you to back them? So are we going to put ourselves 5 to 10 years back so that whoever you want, whoever you would have preferred to be in the position of dawah now can be in that position of dawah so that you may support them? You're wasting all of our time with your excuses, your phony baloney excuses. You're wasting all of our time. Yeah, having people that have akhta' but have already made the strides is better than having no one at all. And so get on the train. I'm saying get on the dawah train, because I tell you the next station is golden age. That's the next station. Now you can either get off with us or get out.
I like that.
Let me pray now.
Yeah.